My brother said I'm a terrible artist, so I painted a picture of his worst memory and made him cry. My brother Nathan is 20, but he still lives at home with me and our parents because he isn't going to college and he won't get a job. I'm a junior in high school and I definitely don't want to end up like him. I'm already thinking about colleges, specifically art school. I've loved creating art since I was a kid, and I've really honed in on painting, and it's how I spend most of my free time. My art teacher and my guidance counselor think I have a great chance of getting into a top art school. I've been working hard on my portfolio, so I have good pieces to send out with my application. My parents let me use the garage for painting, which annoys Nathan because he got a motorcycle recently and wants to park it there, but it's just a one-car garage. He says it's unfair for me to use it when it's supposed to be for vehicles, and if he leaves his motorcycle parked out front, someone's going to steal it. I don't think anyone would steal that piece of SGT bike if you paid them, but whatever. Last weekend, I was painting in the garage when my grandmother called me to see if I could bring her groceries. I said of course, so I stopped in the middle of my painting and went to get them. When I got home a few hours later, I noticed my brother's motorcycle wasn't parked out front where it was when I left. I assumed he'd just gone out, but when I came inside to put away groceries I'd grabbed for our house, I heard him playing video games in the living room. I went straight to the garage and sure enough, there was his motorcycle. To make room, he'd shoved all of my stuff to the side, and a bunch of my paintings were on the floor sitting in rainwater, and the one that was wet when I left was completely ruined because it had smudged all over the ground. I was furious. I needed those pieces for my portfolio, and I'd really loved the one I was working on, and hoped to give it to my grandmother to surprise her if I got into art school. I stormed into the living room to ask my brother what the HL was the matter with him. He wouldn't even look up from his video games. He said, "That motorcycle is worth way more than your stupid paintings are." I said, "You don't even know that." And he said, "Yes, I do. You're a terrible artist. No one's ever going to pay shit for them because you can't even tell what they are. Art's supposed to make you feel something or whatever. I don't know why everyone's pretending like you can get into art school when you suck." I wanted to keep yelling at him, but I knew I was about to cry, so I just left. I went back out to the garage to try to salvage what I could, but I was so upset and so mad that I ended up grabbing my supplies and a new canvas and going up to my room and starting a new painting. When my brother was in high school, he went to a party, got drunk with his friends, and decided to go to a different party to pick up some girls. It was raining. His best friend was driving. He was very drunk. They got into an accident. Nathan was fine. His friends were mostly fine. Some broken bones, nothing life-threatening. But the other car they hit had a little girl in it, and she died. Nathan wasn't driving, so he just got community service for drinking underage. His best friend had to do time. I think Nathan should have been punished worse. It's not like he told his friend not to drive, and the little girl died. He didn't even really get in trouble with our parents. They acted like it was something that happened to him, not something he was pretty responsible for. And Nathan never acted like it affected him. So I decided, hey, why not test his little theory that I'm a horrible artist? I painted the rainy night, his friend's car, and a little smudge on the ground that was clearly the dead girl, but not graphic. Just this little smudge and my brother standing over it looking down. It was really moody and atmospheric, but there wasn't any blood or anything, just feelings. It took me a few days to finish because I wanted to get it exactly right. Once it was done, I found a spot in our kitchen and hung it up. I said, "Hey Nathan, can you come check if this is hung straight?" He was grumbling but came in, and then he saw the painting and froze, staring at it. I said, "Hey, can you tell what this is?" I know I'm a really terrible artist, so I wasn't sure people were going to know what it was. He didn't say a word and kept staring. I said, "I didn't think it would bother you because I'm not good enough to make anyone feel anything, right?" Then he just started sobbing, standing there in the kitchen. Honestly, I was completely surprised and uncomfortable. After a minute, he left the kitchen and went up to his room, still crying. I think I'm going to apologize to him because I feel kind of bad, but I'm definitely submitting this one with my portfolio because clearly it's good.